All right, guys, welcome back. So we were on the couch basically all afternoon after the Cherry Hill Mall, and noticed my shirt. Well, I'm gonna this. I've been noticing on my YouTube that's coming across is Subway franchisees. So this will be the second one talking about his expenses and how much money he's making
For Subway specifically?
for
For
Subway.
this month, $692.27. All the adjusted gross is pretty much how much I made, and this is not including like the coupon discounts. It's just how much I made in all sales. But the number that I really look at is the number that takes off the coupons, the discounts, the third party fees, because when you have DoorDash and Uber Eats, you have to pay them their commissions. And that number came out to $24,227.58, which is, like I said, a little bit over $3,000 difference. So if you just look at the adjusted gross thinking you made that much money, it'll kind of mess up how much you actually profit.
When actually thinking about doing what it costs to operate a Meineke monthly if you rent a building. And actually, the footprint's going to change and your costs are going to change, and a lot of things are different. But I'm going to tell you, the averages in certain areas are going to be similar. I mean, if you're out in Kansas or someplace like that where the cost of living is cheaper and the taxes are peanuts and energy's free and maybe payroll expenses may be less. But this guy says he's got $27,000 in, we'll just call it $2,800 in sales, top line sales. Then he's pulling out some miscellaneous fees, which was Uber Eats, DoorDash, and some other expenses, which doesn't seem like it adds up completely for me. But we're gonna keep going. So he's down to 24,000.
When you look at all the expenses. So my net revenue was $24,227.58. My cost of goods for this month was $6,951.51. This is okay. This is around 29%, 29% of how much I was making. But I did not include that we actually got a $500 credit from our distributor. So it's actually a lot lower than that. But I didn't want to go based off of that because I just want to make sure I'm tracking my habits for how much I'm actually.
I mean, I wouldn't, just for real numbers. Let's just leave that set aside.
Spending on my truck per week, because if you've been watching all the videos, you know that I've been kind of sucking at ordering a truck in the beginning and then just gradually got better. So I just want to make sure that I'm also getting better, and I'm also training somebody else to order the truck for me. And I just want to make sure that, hey, like we're kind of moving in the right direction with ordering a truck. We don't want to go backwards to what I was doing in the beginning, where I was ordering a truck and it was 30-40% of how much I was making, which is ridiculous. As I'm hiring more people and I'm giving people more tasks, my margins are becoming smaller and smaller because I'm spending more on labor. I'm not in the store as much as I used to be. So I really got to double down on make sure everything's correct because my margins are so thin. My labor for this month was $5,323.85. It's a little bit higher than normal, and I'll explain why towards the.
So for the month payroll, 4-week month, that's pretty cheap. In my opinion, 1 month payroll was $5,300.
The end of the video. My royalty payment for this month was $3,461.53, and my royalty payment is 12.5% of the adjusted gross. That first number that I said is the adjusted gross, and like I said, it's before the discounts and everything. That's what the royalty payment is depicted on. So that was, around $3,400. My electric bill is I usually split it up weekly when I do the weekly video, so it's $200 every single week. Comes out to about $800 a month, and it's pretty consistent even throughout the summer. That's pretty much what it would.
So I don't know what his rent makeup is, and he has an electric bill. I don't know if water and sewer is incorporated into his lease. I'm sure he has a triple net lease. And his rent, he didn't talk about yet, but we're going to see if that includes taxes or not. Maybe it does.
It turns out to be, but the winter comes, it hopefully will drop. So I should have a little bit of wiggle room for that to go straight towards my profit. My rent for this month was $3,000. It's pretty low in my area. I'm in the Kennesaw area, so it's not fully urban, but it's also not rural by any means. So $3,000 is a pretty good rent for my square footage.
So I will say him that's pretty affordable, I guess. I mean, my rent is way higher than that for a 4-bay shop, not in a superstar location. So let's just keep going.
Just hearing other friends when I discuss how much my rent is, they say that's pretty good rent. So hopefully it stays that way. We're actually getting a new roof this week, so hopefully that won't change things next year. But we'll see. And then I set aside $400 for extra miscellaneous things that break. I actually had to fix a fridge, and I had to fix a freezer. Sorry, I had to fix my freezer, fix my HVAC, buy more light bulbs, like 30 of them. I had to do a lot inside of this month. So the extra miscellaneous.
So it sounds like to me he is on a triple net lease, means he's responsible for everything. I'm not sure why the landlord's taking care of the roof. Triple net lease has me taking care of everything, and I've been doing that for 19 years. So let's keep going.
Stuff that I've been putting aside over these last couple weeks, if you've been watching the video, I do it every single week, have gone towards those type of things, because I had to pay for a lot of stuff, and it was well over $1,000 just like this, and they all happened in the same day. That's just business though. Stuff happens. And for my future loan for my remodel, I set aside $1,400 a month, or $350 each week, which left me with a grand total profit, and this is for the month, of $2,890.69.
All right, so I wanted to. There is so much more to running a business than he's actually disclosing here. It's got to be bank fees of some sort, credit card fees and stuff. And he could be getting zero, but I don't think so. Bookkeeping, unless he's doing it himself. Accounting fees. Insurance for the building. When you rent, you don't get insurance. Not that I know of. You have to have your own insurance rider, which I do. He didn't mention what it costs monthly to do the insurance. I'm going to tell you, I think it's like $1,200 a month just for garage keepers for me. What else is he missing? Not sure about water and sewer. Electric bill was probably close to that. What about healthcare? I'm not sure. He's got to have healthcare for himself, and who's paying for that? The businesses. What about your employees? I'm not sure how that works out. It means that he's small business. So it sounds like he's missing some fees there, but if you add in some of the fees, let's just keep going.
Sounds horrible. The last video where I made almost close to 6K, or was 6K, something like that. Sounds horrible. But all right, so there's a lot to unpack here about what happened in the month of July. So in the month of July, like I said, I had my freezer not break, but it had to get repaired. I had my HVAC that was leaking. I had to repair that. I also took a vacation or small trip for about 4 or 5 weeks. So what I did was I had
4 or 5
to
weeks.
Enough for those weeks just to make sure that they would not need me at all. So while I'm here, I don't live that far from my.
All right. So anyway, it doesn't sound like he's got an accurate expense report for his franchise. His payroll is low for a month. $5,000 is just
maybe where he lives.
Yeah. So. But I know there's so many more costs to operating any business that I don't think he really talked about there, because you have to microscope it. So, and he actually has the same shirt on. So how about that? Puma shirt. I'm wearing the same Puma shirt. But I actually may just do a video and break down what it costs to run a Meineke franchise when you rent. And it's going to vary from here to there. But is anyone interested in really knowing what it costs to operate a Meineke? I mean, they might be. I mean, if Subway franchisees can do it, why can't I? And I would say I don't know what other Meineke dealers pay their technicians and managers. I know that I think I pay my mechanics very well.
Yeah.
Which makes it way different for my center. We don't have anyone in our shop making minimum wage.
I don't know how Meineke would feel about you broadcasting shit like that.
Well, what
I'm
do
just
you mean?
saying.
Well, we'll see. If people want to know, I mean, if Subway can do it, Subway guys can do it. Why can't I? This is the second Subway guy talking about. You know, they're not talking about everything, but he's just saying, what is it? What is it? What is he? Well, how much money is he really making?
Do you ever hear an auto shop owner talk about his expenses a month?
I know it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous because the margins shrink. The margins have been shrinking because the cost of payroll, the cost of just operations alone, electric, gas,
Oh,
insurance.
I got a notification that the electric is going up 17%.
What, here?
Mhm.
At the house?
For the area.
How about that? Isn't that some bullshit?
I don't know if it's just South. I don't know if it's all of South Jersey or just
Oh,
Camden
well,
County.
it was 10% in January, and then now they're going to go up another 17%.
17%.
What scumbags? That's my point. That now energy costs are going up in South Jersey, and that means the shop's going to go up 17% too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's 17% more cost of goods to your electric bill, which you need electric to operate your business. It's just you just can't keep taking 20%. I'm just going to round off 20% increases from your insurance, your health care, your parts. You know, my labor's maxed out. This Meineke shop can't go any higher for its labor.
It just pisses me off. Pisses me off that everything's going up, but then you got them customers that say, "Well, you did these breaks a year ago. I want free ones."
Oh yeah, yeah. That just shrinks the pool for the free services that we provide anymore.
But you did them a year ago.
Yeah. So, how about that?
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. So, if anyone's interested in this, I mean, if you're interested in how a Subway franchise cost of operations goes, this is the second video that's come across my feed here. I mean, his sales volume is a little low, so if he bumps that up to 50 grand, it starts changing things. But you know, once you get that busy, is his payroll going to stay at? His payroll's low.
It depends on where he's at.
His payroll's way low. I only could wish my month's payroll was $5,300. All right, guys, thanks for watching.